Okay. So this experiment tells you that we are going to transfer a block of data, that is a bunch of data, from external memory location, starting at location that is 9030H to 9050H. Okay. The bunch of data, the starting from the address 9030, maybe bunch of data can be, it's up to you. 5 data, 10 data, 15, 20, 100, whatever. So all the data you are going to push it to corresponding destination address. So in lab experiment, so you will be seeing the same program, but that is internal memory. So this is the program for external memory. Right? External means, what do you understand here? What do you understand? Anyone?
Fetching data from external.
Yes, little bit audible.
Fetching data externally.
Yes, externally. That is not within the controller.
Not from the RAM.
Yes. So in lab, you can see the first experiment, that is internal RAM. Internal RAM. But here we are going to fetch the data externally. Okay. We are going to fetch the data, and once again you are going to push back to the external memory to the destination address. Okay. This is the as per the question logic. Okay. So if you can see, before the developing any program, you want to know what is the input, what is the output. Okay, any development of the program algorithm. So you must know what is the input. So here the input is nothing but we required what is the input address, and in that particular address what is the data. Okay. So I'm going to take some 10 address, input address. From the input address, the 10 data, I'm going to push this particular 10 data to the output address. Okay, to the output address. The same data is going to copy to the output address. This is the simple, the input and output operation of my algorithm. Okay, coming to the algorithm, already I told you. So if you see any external memory location, then probably what should strike to your mind is MOVX, right? So previously we discussed in data transfer instruction, MOVC and MOVX and normal move. Okay, this is normal move. This is the move to transfer a data between register to register. Okay, and between the RAM to register, everything. This is for internal operation. This is for internal data transfer. Whereas MOVX for external data transfer between RAM. Okay. So one more move is there, that is MOVC, that is for external program memory. Okay, that will not use mostly. So this is we use very often in many programs. Okay. So now you come to know that, so for any external data transfer between the RAM, you must come across the instruction MOVX. Okay, first point. Okay, this is what you must know as an important one. The next important thing is how you can point to corresponding location. I want to point this particular location. Okay. If controller executes MOVX, then it indicates that it is going to communicate with external RAM. But before that, which address you are going to communicate? That is particular memory address from where you are going to take the data or push the data. Okay. For that, in microcontroller, 8051 microcontroller, we have DPTR. Okay. This is one of the register. Whether it is 8-bit or 16-bit in the sense, it is a 16-bit register. It is a 16-bit register. Okay. So what is the necessity of this particular register is we can use any internal operations that is within the program for any 16-bit operation. First point. Second point is for communicating with any external memory, this particular register will be the memory pointer. What is the meaning for memory pointer in the sense? If you have a memory, okay, this is your external RAM. Okay, this is your external RAM. What we say as a memory pointer in the sense, which we point to particular location where your data you are going to fetch or insert. Okay. Okay. For example, whatever the data in the DPTR, so that will be pointing as a memory address. Okay, 16-bit address. Okay. Now coming to another important point. So this is, you have 4-digit, right? This is, what is the, it is a 16-bit or 8-bit? 16-bit or
16-bit.
16-bit, okay.
16-bit.
16-bit. So, you know that in 8051, how many address lines are there? How many address lines are there? You go to pin diagram and you can see the pins AD0 to AD7, okay. And also it has A8 to A15, which indicates that, so you have almost 16 lines, okay, 16 pins, especially for addressing any external memory address or external devices. Okay. So through these address lines, you can address any 16-bit address. Okay, for example, if it is 9030, it will point to 16-bit address in the external memory location. Okay, then coming to the point, what is the, I'll tell you some important point now. What is the size of this particular memory should be there? You can interface with 8051. The size can be the maximum size, that is 2 to the power of 16. 16 is your address lines. So that you can have 64 kilo, 64, almost 65. So 64 kilo addresses or locations. So locations your controller can point, and the maximum size of your memory can be 64 address. Okay, 64 address. So that your addresses will be starting from 0000H to FF, so 4F, okay, H. So 64K will be ranges from in hexa form 00002 FF, H, okay. So you there will be some interview question. What is the maximum capacity of the memory size you can interface with 8051? So this is your answer. Okay. So I have given some, so before starting the program, some important information. So now you can interface this much capacity of external RAM with your microcontroller, and the controller can provide 16-bit address to access the data from the memory, or you can put the data into the memory. Okay, keep in mind. Okay, let's
Sir, could you please repeat that?
Yes.
Your voice is breaking.
Okay. See, so now you can understand, no, the maximum, the capacity of memory you can interface with your 8051, that you know what I told you just now.
No, sir, I couldn't hear.
See, your 8051 controller, you have 16-bit address lines. So 2 to the power of 16, which tells you that it can address these many, that is 64 kilo addresses can be provided, so that this is the size, 64 kilo size is that is address capacity of memory can be interfaced with 8051, so that your control this memory will be starting from address 000H to FF. 64 kilo can be in hexa form. It will be ranges from 00 to FFH. Okay, FFH. This is the range. So between these locations, that is these many locations, whatever the data you can access through your 8051 controller. Okay, you can get the data or you can save the data in this number of locations. Okay, so these are all general inputs. So let us start the program. So always start origin 00H. It starts your program at this particular thing. Short jump main. So go to the main program. Why in the sense? So they are we are jumping from here to the main label. So we no need to worry about this part. You can simply start with the origin 00H and you can start typing the program. So I will explain the program starting from the first instruction. So first instruction, I told you we are going to take the data from this location. Okay, so that in DPTR, I should have the value 9030H. Okay, so since this DPTR I can segregate as DP high and DP low. Okay, this 16-bit register can be splitted into DPH and DP low. So DPH is the 90. This is 90H, and DP low is 30H. Okay. So in this program, the 90H is going to be same. So we are going to place this 90H in DPH. Okay. So first thing, I'm going to place this 90H in DPH register. Okay. So which is going to be common for entire program. Okay. Now, so I'm going to place this 30H and 40H in two register, which tells you that which is the memory pointer. Okay. That is, it will point to corresponding 9030H. Okay. Now I'm going to push this 30 here and 50 here. Okay. Now, what is the data in R0 will be 30H. 30H. In R1, it will be 50H. So why I have moved 30H for source location, to point the source location, and 50H to point to the destination location. Okay. So now, so this is the counter. How many data I'm going to push? That is, I'm going to copy from one location and I'm going to place in the another location. I'm going to take 10 data. 0A stands for in hexa form 10. Okay. I'm pushing this 10. Okay. Why in the sense? For every data copied, see, I'll be decrementing this data. That is, after one data is copied, I'll be decrementing this so that the value will be 09 now. Okay. Decrement, that is 0A. Now it is 09. Jump to corresponding location. If this R2 is not 0, yes, it is not 0. Condition is true. If it is true, go to the relative address. The jump will be moved to here. Until the condition is true, the loop will be executed. Coming to the loop, where I am going to take the data, and here in this address, I'm going to take the data and I'm going to place in this address continuously. Okay. So now I told that the counter is 10. So you have seen the condition that there is a 10 times I'm going to do the iteration. That is, I'm going to take 10 data from the starting from the address 9030 and I'm going to put in 9050H continuously. So now the loop, how it is framed in the sense. See now why I have pushed 30H in the R0 and 50H in the R1 in the sense. Now I'm going to push 30 in DPL. So after pushing 30H, what is the data in DPTR will be? What is the data will be in DPTR? DPH will be 90, DP low will be now 930H. Okay. Now you have formed the source address. Okay. Now I want to use at symbol. At DPTR, what is the value? 01. So that value is moved to accumulator, 8-bit data. So this is the 8-bit data which is moved to accumulator. So from accumulator, I want to move it to once again to the source address, that is destination address 9050H. Okay. Now what I want to do is, see, I am pushing this R01 to DPL. Okay, now DPL will be 50H. So move X space at DPTR, comma A. Whatever the data in accumulator will be moved to at DPTR. At DPTR in the sense 9050H. What is at particular address 01 is moved. Okay, this is the simple 4 instructions, very important. This is where we are fetching the data. So So these two to fetch the data from the source, and these two instructions to place the data in the destination. Okay. Next location, I want to move on to the 9031 location. So just simply I can increment this 30H, just increment it, and for a destination 9051 is my next location. Whatever the data here, I want to push it to 9051. Okay. So just increment R0 and R1, check the condition, move to loop. Okay. Right. This is for first iteration. So like this, if you do 10 times, the 10 data will be shifted continuously. After 10, that is after 01, if I decrement, it will come to 0, last value. If it is 0, check the condition. If it is 0, finally after decrementing 0, jump to loop. If it is not 0, the condition is false. Once it is false, the controller will move on to the next instruction. Then it will stop here. Okay, this is the program. Okay, so I think you can understand. Shall we see the same program in the software?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think I have shared the software. Yes. Okay. So first instruction, I'm going to start with 00H, right? Okay. So always the first condition is initialize the memory pointer. Okay. So for that, so since our program is our DPH, so DPH is going to be what 90H. So always data
Hash 90.
hash. Start with hash. Okay. So now, since DPH, for DP low, we are taking these two registers, R0 and R1. So whatever the data which we want to push into DPL, so we are placing into there. So I want to put hash. So this 30H will be pushed. So similar way, for we are taking another register for destination. Okay. Right. So now I'm going to use how many data I'm going to use. I'm just placing into some other register. I'm going to use 10 data. Okay. So if I am not using 0A, I can give 10. What is this 10 indicates? Decimal. You can use this also, or you can use 0A. If you use 0A, then probably it should end with H. Okay, hexadecimal. Now counter I have done. So the counter, the decrement and jump, okay, sorry, jump, if it is not 0, if it is not 0, which is not 0 or 2, go to your iteration. So your iteration, I'm going to use, that is, iteration tells you that this is the label, right? So where my program, which is going to loop for 10 times. So in my program, I'm going to, so first of all, I want to take that in DPTR, it must be 9030. So in DPH already 90. What I can do is in DPL, I can just move R0. Okay. Now in DPL, it will have 30. In DPH, it will have 90. Now the source address is generated. What I can do is simply I can use MOVEX, okay, at DPTR. Okay, I'm pushing the data from DPTR to accumulator. Okay, that is I have taken the data from external memory to controller. This is from the I have taken the data from source. Okay, from source address. We have taken the data, right? Data from source address we have taken. Now the similar way, one second. So move DPL once again R1, which tells you that destination. So this D50H is moved to DPL. So that then now it forms that DPTR will be 9050. Okay. Now I'm going to use external data transfer. Whatever the data in the accumulator is moved to at DPTR. Okay. So just increment R0 to point another location. Increment R1 to point. This is for incrementing source address. Incrementing the source address. This is to increment destination as address. Destination address. Fine. That's it. Okay, this is the program as per. So once after the condition closes, after the 10 data is moved, you can stop your program just having a here label. Okay. Fine. So only these 4 instruction is the matter. Okay. So if you want, we can execute this. Fine. We will debug. So this is the external memory. what is the, here you have to use X, external memory, colon, what is the address? 0x in hexaform 9030 is my starting address. So in this address, I'm going to place my 10 data, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Click on OK. So you can see the data is copied here. Okay. Now I have given the input data, and you can check in 9050, there is only 0 data. Okay, there is no data. Now I'm going to transfer a data, that is copy this data to the destination location. I just run it, stop it, and you can see that whether the data, input data is copied to output location. Okay, fine.